Making it secret has actually indicated that there are many ace up the sleeves of federal government of Nigeria. They are hiding many things. They are hiding many secrecy. There is much secret plans going on with the federal government. Then again, secondly, it indicates the guilt. I'm telling you, many guilts of federal government of Nigeria, many injustices, many criminalities going against the Biafran people happening live through the police institution in Nigeria, through the army as a military force in Nigeria. There are many secrets there going on. I think you have secret killings, going on in and outside Igbo land. The first victim was Professor Chika Akuili, whose wife was the Director General NAFDAC during Yaradua regime. She did well. She actually bagged award from Transparency International as the best public office holder during her time. Later, when she died, she died in I think during Jonathan regime. Yes, Akuili's wife. Yes, that's Nora Akuili. Dora Akuili died. That was during Jonathan time, and after that, Buhari took over by force after threatening Jonathan with garrison of terrorists, bandits, and the regime. As it goes on, he went on. Akuili's daughter again, Professor Chika Akuili, Akuili's husband, was assassinated in Anambra State by unknown assailants, and the investigation went forward. The people of the same states, led by the same, Simon Ekpa, actually made it open that it was Nigerian forces that spied on alive Professor Chika Akuili, the husband of Dora Akuili, late Dora Akuili. It means that military governments and their mercenaries, evil messengers, ended that family, Akuili's family. Yes, because the husband was killed. They know how they use high profile, assassination against Dora Akuili, who died of an unknown ailment. I don't understand, during Jonathan regime, and later her husband was assassinated in Igbo land. Government agency paid the assassins, the machinery that actually killed Professor Chika Akuili. What am I trying to say here? We've seen that Ekpa tried a lot. He has done well in Igbo land. He has done well. Yes, Ekpa has done well. That's why nobody could come forward to testify against him, both federal government of Nigeria and even in Finland there. Federal government of Nigeria and their testifiers, everybody is hiding from, ICC arrests. That's why you see the Chief of Defense Staff, Colonel or Major General Christopher Musa, he actually ran away, he absconded. There are many invitations, to come to Finland to testify. Christopher Musa actually boasted that he would come, and at the end of the day, he didn't grace the invitation. Christopher didn't go. Bianco, who had many evidences as he boasted against Simon Ekpa, Bianco could not even embrace at least the invitation. What about Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, the man that actually threw that kind of huge amount into Biafra donor account that raised the eagle eyes of the Finnish, security agents? He could not come as well. He could not go. So that's why Ekpa won, and he has been winning.
But Mazi, what is the rationale behind CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera saying that they want to live stream it? What connection does it?
Live streaming it is for the world to see. But they want to see the clarity behind annihilation and the operation of the Biafrans. That's why they are streamlining it. When you streamline it, listen. There's BBC. That is called clarity. That is clarity. Clarity is without discrepancies. Clarity is without secrecy. Clarity meaning an openness. Yes, crystal clear. That's why it should be streamlined. People would ask questions. They want to streamline it so that questions will be coming from all over the globe. People should know what is going on. Are you going against it as federal government actually has done, in the sense that we are in a military regime that has actually indicated to the whole world that we are not in a democratic setup? What we practice here is militocracy. Yes, militocracy. That's why they don't want to streamline it. Streamlining it meaning openness, democracy. But when you are asking for secrecy, you have something hiding. You have something up your sleeve. So that's why the CNN, the Al Jazeera, they are trying to suggest for openness, streamlining it, while federal government of Nigeria, the Fulani Janjaweeds, are at least fighting against clarity, openness, and at least justice. When you streamline it, I don't know what to understand. Streamline will actually bring questions, openness. People will have information about Biafra, information about Mazinan, the Kano, and the Ekpa, and the questions will be coming in from all over the globe. People will begin to at least know about Biafra. So they stop streamlining because of what? They are blocking. They want to block Biafra's emancipation and popularity. So that's it.
But Mazi,
there's nothing secret about democracy.
CBS Musa has tweeted yesterday. He said BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, they will not tolerate this thing they are doing to Nigeria. That if someone is agitating for the division in their respective states, where the country is being located, that would the general media dictate how things should be done. Why are they taking this whole struggle?
I think who the hell is Christopher Musa to threaten BBC? Yes, Al Jazeera and other media houses in Western Europe, even in America, because I know that CNN is in America. Who the hell is Christopher Musa? What are his credentials and disciplines? Christopher Musa is one, uneducated northern Alamajeri. In the 80s, he has not gone to school. He was just enlisted and enrolled into Nigerian army. Very lucky enough, the Fulani Janjaweeds, who came to power, abated his promotion. And he was wrongly promoted, not based on his credentials or documents or certificates. Who the hell is the CDS? Nigerian CDS, if you ask me, is a bloated, illiterate who actually stole somebody's project at the library and they submitted it as his own project. He wasn't the one that championed that project. He didn't write it. All these people are the mediocres in the high level in Nigeria. It will never have that kind of impetus to question honesty of CNN, Al Jazeera, and other media houses streamlining Simon Ekpa's judgment. If federal government is actually justified to crucify Ekpa, they are supposed to show it streamlined. Failure to do so, they are having many things to hide. They are still dragging us back to Nigerian Biafran Civil War era, whereby injustice, whereby all manners of bigotry actually triggered the war, which of course I know was as a result of tribal antagonism. It wasn't an open war or civil war. It was due to tribal antagonism. They actually targeted to seize, to have the control, dominance over Nigerian oil field, from Bight of Guinea today down to Bight of Bonny. I think we have to change many things in Nigeria. Christopher Musa and his led military, what I use here, hegemony. They are supposed to stop this nonsense.
They are supposed to.
Simon Ekpa is right, and they should streamline his judgment. Let the whole world see. Openness and transparency should carry the day.
Content. Come to northern Nigeria. Northern region of the country called Nigeria is occupied mostly by brainwashed Fulani pigs. They are a particular people that only knows mosque, Quran, Muhammad, mosque, Quran, Muhammad, mosque, Quran, Muhammad. They don't know any other thing again. They believe that these three finish. Do you see A, B, C, D? They don't know. Do you see Western civilization as in hip hop, lyrics, praises and worship in English, rhythm? They don't know. They don't know. A Fulani man cannot just stand up now and sing for you lyrics. No. No, there's no unless, there's no bottle. Because when you talk about good lyrics that can calm down your heart, it is when you are singing praises to God or worship. Fulani man cannot do it. A Fulani man cannot just come out now and say, I'm from a Fulani extraction. Oh, my girl, my daughter has written her jam 400 or 380. Now lie. They turn their back on schooling, education. They turn their back on Western civilization. They turn their back on what is trending all around the world. What Fulani man knows is Sheikh, Musa, Shehu, Emir, Alpha, Imam, Quran, mosque. That thing they have on their hand, that's a bead they use for prayer. Biafra nation has actually organized itself well all around in and out of United States of America, at least buying or building many establishments like, offshore office. Then you have embassy or high commissions. These are mechanisms that are down already to help Biafra when the actually emancipation or referendum comes or is conducted. So which is why we have many outlets now as embassy in New York, in Washington, in California, and so on and so forth. In other states of the United States of America, Biafrans, they are there doing their best to make sure that we put offices down in those states. So, but the Fulani man, his knowledge is limited to rearing cattle, rigging election, slewing and buying, killing, unaliving Hausa farmers, Igbo farmers, Yoruba farmers, Benue Lantak farmers, farmers in southern Kaduna, everywhere in Taraba. They don't have what it takes to educate or give you information. The information is limited to Quran, Allah and Muhammad. That's why when they ask such question, I was like myself, what does these people mean? Does it mean that someone will not fight for his own freedom? Does it mean as I'm a Christian, I won't just distance myself from Islamic community, Muslim communities? I have nothing in common with them. We don't share the same God's idea, divine idea. My own idea is Abrahamic, and Christianity is my own. You say what?
It's not a country. Biafra is not a country.
Biafra is a country on its own. See, they said, listen, Chunuwachebe or Cyprian Ekwense or Wole Soyinka wrote there was a country. There was a country that existed. It's a book. And I will not be that foolish enough not to recognize or read that book. From 1967, 30th May, 1967 to 1970, there was a country. I will be the last person not to know actually that there was a country. Come what may. There was a country. Why must you be telling me, say, Biafra is not yet a country? When actually I know that Biafra existed as a country. Don't you know that Biafra had their international airport at Uli? Biafra had their central bank, Unoli. Biafra has everything in Enugu before Enugu fall falling of Enugu in 1967. Biafra has everything, don't you know? Department of Logistics, Sinu Achebe was the head. The science and technology where we manufacture our weapon. Many of them in Igbo land were the technorats used to manufacture all this Obunigwe, that big Ojuku port bomb. There was a country. We had our currency, better, neat, and stronger than British pounds. What are you telling me? There was a complete country in the past. From 1967 to 1970, a country called Biafra actually existed. And we did well. Nigeria wouldn't have conquered Biafra. No conqueror. Nobody was a victim. I don't understand. And it's because we actually proved that we are more than Nigeria. Nigeria was assisted by Egypt. Nigeria was assisted by Cameroon, Chad. Nigeria was assisted by Britain and Russia. Do your own feasibility study well and find out that actually, if not that Britain sponsored the military clique led by Colonel Govt, Biafra, we are flying. We are flying, excelling, man, in victory. I'm telling you, we were excelling. Nigeria wasn't better than us. We did well. Many Igbos enjoyed Biafra regime. Interview them, they will tell you. Biafra was better. Though you have many enmities and adversities, even Awolowo contributed to the woes, the agony of the Biafran people. When he actually suggested food blockade at the exits of Cameroon, Bight of Guinea. Now see, chef, international water from where food is coming in. Awolowo said block it so that hunger will kill them. And where is Awolowo today? Very wicked man. Listen and listen good. Biafra is still alive, living. Awolowo is dead. That is life for you.
Okay, so you feel that the US government should not, mind what these Fulani are trying to propose as regards, wanting to, cut short at the Biafra embassy.
America project. Will never listen to Arabic ideology. America is the last country that will do stupid thing. Donald Trump, originally is a white Jew from Germany. I don't see Donald Trump as a foolish man or nobody, no. Donald Trump is an intellectual giant. Listen and listen good. Join the whole Fulani race together. Donald Trump is an intellect more than them. Join the whole money they made, their experience in politics, everything. Donald Trump has upper hand over all of them. Donald Trump will be the last person today that will listen to what the Fulanis are saying. Actually, the Fulanis are so barbaric, cruel, wicked, that they could not even help themselves. They are helpless people. The whole money they are stealing from Nigerians' coffer, public coffer, the Fulanis could not erect even a single institution in the north to educate their youth. These are people that are bent on building mosques all over northern Nigeria, confusing people that Islam is the best religion. That's all. Whether you don't produce food, whether you don't have production company, you don't go to farm and farm, worship and sleep in the mosque. Final. What an ideology that is meant for the people of the dark ages, the medieval ages of Europe, when there was no light. Archaic people. The Fulanis are archaic people with archaic ideology. Archaism is the problem that Gumi, El-Rufai, and the rest of them in the north are having today. That actually made them to abandon the light and face the darkness. Nigeria is drifting backward, going down to the abyss. These archaic crops of people in the north, they don't want to know. The children of the low, the less privileged, are dying, suffering, while their children are all dying and, schooling in various countries of Europe. What a bloody race or tribe the Fulanis are. They have actually deviated from light. They don't want the light. All they suggest in their life to profile solution, they will contact the powers of darkness. I don't want to know what anybody thinks. Quran can never establish industrialization for you. You are God that you are killing people, slitting people's throats for your God. If actually he will do you favor, he would have come and told you since. He would have told you since that this thing you are doing is not good. My God, if I'm doing wrong thing, I know he will administer to me. There are many ways he's going to do that to stop doing the wrong thing. But you dying, praying 260,000 times every day, could not have the heart of humanity. Or that the Fulanis are out of faith. The Islam introduced into the world by the Arab. The Arabians, they are following the Islam with harmony and the serenity. But today you see Fulani, they turn Islam into paganism. The Fulani man should be checked right now. Their excesses, they should put them on hold. Because when it escalates into absolute psychophancy, many African nations are going to at least be hurt. Even Europe is not left out. Because when it happens in Africa, you will see the whole refugee exuding into European countries. But Europe, due to too much chop, Europe could not do anything now until these pigs conquer the whole Africa. And Africa will be exuding into Europe. And tell me how the economy of that region will sustain Africans. Fulani man is a bloody man. They should be checked and examined now until it is too late.
Okay. But what do you think that the Nigerian government, do you think there will be panic as regards the opening of this embassy in the US? Do you think that there will be panic?
Why shouldn't they panic? A country that is yet to be is doing well, better than Nigeria. By the way, is Nigeria a country? Who and who united? We are not united in Nigeria now. Nigerian country are talking about some persons use sword and gun, seize Nigeria. They seize power. How many years ago? Yoruba will be president, Fulani will be president, Yoruba will be president, Fulani will be president. Who are united? We are not united now. What are you telling me? And why shouldn't they panic? They are not panicking because Biafra has actually gotten their own foothold in America. And you should know that number one country in the world is America. And when you talk about the Jews, the state of Israel, they are talking about the tribe of Manasseh. The tribe of Manasseh is in control of America. So the country that is number one in the world is America, and we are having our embassies there. And there's nothing the Fulani Janjaweeds could do about it. It is too late. Fulani has actually succeeded on destabilizing Nigeria. And I'm telling you that we are not one here. Igbo man could no longer endure it. What has been going on and on for almost 58 years now. We are not part of Nigeria. I rest my case. Successfully aligning or becoming allies, the greatest allies of Biafra. Secondly, Israel. Israel is coming to come out because they are having pogrom, conflict. Gaza conflict is what is delaying Israel from coming in fully. See, mention of the Zion, state of Israel, is the greatest fear of Nigeria. Because the Janjaweeds are the Arab migrants. The Janjaweeds are people that migrated from Yemen. Yes, Iran. And Middle East, the Arab world. The Fulani Janjaweeds are the blacks chased away by the Arab, white Arab, their white Arab counterparts. Because the blacks, Muslims in the Arab world are slaves and they are barbarians. They are wicked because they lack Western education. They are illiterate and they are archaic in all their doings. That's why the white-skinned Arab chase them away. They are in Sudan. They are in Nigeria mostly, in Niger, in Mali, all over Sahel countries of West Africa. They were chased away by their white Arab counterpart because all they know is, religious atheism. They can never actually, practice Islam the right way the white-skinned Arab are practicing it. That was the reason why they were all, banished from Arab world, and they migrated into where? Western Africa. The whole Sahel countries in West Africa are the Fulanis. They have Fulani militias as terrorists. They align with ISWAP, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, annihilating the Christians all over Western Africa. That is the latest fight and conflict that is going to ensue in Sahel, West Africa. They are fighting themselves, trying everything possible to stop Ibrahim Traore. That's why they are spreading their tentacles, coming down to southern Nigeria. But we are going to rebuff them, rebound them, resist them. They are going to lose woefully. Fulani Janjaweeds, they are the enemies of Nigerian ethnicities now. But due to the money, the gains, the selfish political interest, the black politicians in the south are receiving from the Fulani Janjaweeds. They are not taking the war escalation by the Fulani Janjaweeds so serious because of political interest, gains. I think by the time Fulani starts, incursion in the township across Nigeria. Cities, commercial cities across Nigeria. The whole politicians in Nigeria will still remain asleep. They are sleeping now as I'm talking to you. It is going to catch up with them. Fulani incursion in Nigeria is going to catch up with both politicians, both southern elites, both southern stakeholders in the south. That is when they will actually know that Fulani has declared war